You take care.
Thank you.
But I can't see you. I want to see you.
You can't. You can go to the gallery view if you want to see it, but otherwise for the talk we are not.
Okay, we are live.
Good evening, everybody. Thank you for joining me again on Sundays with Sheetal. Uh, we are here to talk life hacks. We're talking about stuff we can do, simple things that can make our life better, health-wise, emotionally, soulfully, spiritually. And today we have somebody who I really admire. This is Miss Mridula Sharma. She is somebody who I have met through various organizations. She's very prolific and very well known in Bangalore circles. She has a book out which is Wow, No Side Effects. And she's got a Facebook group called No Side Effects, which is something I suggest all of you all join, because any remedies that don't need allopathic intervention, you can find the remedy there. Her daughter Swathi is a certified homeopath, so you get a lot of Ayurvedic, homeopathic, and alternative remedies, right on that group. And it's like it's my go-to for any small issue that I have. And it's very interesting to see the kind of questions that come up and the solutions that come up. It's a very active group, and it's got more than 40,000 members. Am I right, Bridgie? Am I right, Mridulaji? Yeah, you're on mute, Mridulaji. So you need to unmute yourself. So we're going to talk a little about the Ghar Ke Nuske, which she's really popular for, because she says in her book that your own medicine chest in the kitchen. And I think our masala boxes and our pantries have everything that we need for the smaller issues, which is what we're going to talk about. But before that, I'm going to get into how Mridula ji, who's a political science student, is doing nothing in connection to that really, and is so well versed in a topic like this, which is not formally studied. So Mridula ji, tell us about your journey.
You know how I came into, thank you so much for telling them about me. How I came into it was, I was brought up like that.
Okay.
And I saw the benefits. And I saw the other side also. How it spoiled our health and how we were taken for a ride. It hasn't happened once, it has happened so many times in my life that now, of course, I've totally switched on to natural remedies.
Okay.
Yeah.
So when you say that's how you were brought up, what do you mean?
My mother.
So all the issues were taken care of at home within the kitchen?
Yes, much of them.
Right.
Not only the kitchen, like I was given steam very often. I was put in the tub whenever I had fever, and my mother used to recite from Upanishad, and she used to put that cloth over my belly, and I'd be okay, no fever at all after that.
Wow.
So all those things I was taught to gargle. That's what I tell everyone, that you should teach your children all these small things, the yoga things. You drink water, take it out, your acidity goes out, your phlegm problems go out.
So what do you mean by take water in and take it out?
Yeah, you drink water, you take warm water, add salt to it, drink it. This is to be done first thing in the morning, so before you eat or drink anything else. And you remove it. And you'll see in 2 days, you have no acidity.
So when you say remove it, you mean purge it out?
Yeah, you know how you put the brush right at the back, or put the finger right at the back, it come out. Sometimes it doesn't, be at it. And even if one day, first day you were not able to do it, do it the next day also. So, when you're teaching the young children, they learn it fast. And then they're able to do. I know a boy who's now over 40, he cannot even gargle. Gargling is so important. Then taking steam. Steam takes away everything.
There's a lot of controversy on the steaming thing, because during the COVID time, we all started doing steaming and all of that. And then suddenly the doctors were saying that's what you should do. And cut to 1 year later, they're saying steaming is bad. You shouldn't do it.
Yes, yes.
What do you believe? Because they
No.
say yes and then they're saying no.
You just believe what the ancients have said. Don't believe the new things. And like, people say, oh, is it corroborated by science? I say, what science are you talking of? The science that takes something, that tells something today, and tomorrow it refutes it.
Exactly.
As you know, I have know this thing in this line, but I've always said it's not cholesterol that affects your heart. It's, it's the calcification of your, I didn't know, I haven't studied all that, but I used to say that. And magnesium removes it. So it is better to have magnesium.
How do we consume magnesium at home?
What I do is, oh my God, it's got wonderful benefits. You would have read, because sometime back it used to be so much on, like before COVID times and much before that, your cinnamon. Such a lovely thing. It's good for so many things. Cinnamon, I powder it and I mix it in honey and I take it. But for different
every morning on an empty stomach? How much cinnamon?
No, anytime. Once a day, have that. Will you believe? I mean, when my husband died, his brothers all came. And his older brother, the one just next above him, he had the skin drooping. I felt so bad. I said, oh, BG Budde ho gaye. And I told him to have that. 2 years later, he was stopped. Young.
With cinnamon.
82, 83 he would be now. He's stopped. He told me.
With cinnamon.
With cinnamon. He told me, तूने मुझे कहा था cinnamon खाने को. मैं तब से cinnamon खा रहा हूँ.
But how much cinnamon in a day?
You have to see that because it's hot.
Very heaty, yeah.
It's heaty.
Yeah.
And, in Bangalore climate, I don't find any difference. But in other places, I have little bit. And what I say is we have to monitor our doses because for each one, it is different. Even for purgatives and all, some people need very little, some people need more.
Yeah.
That is it. So cinnamon is good for your heart. Cinnamon is good for diabetes. Cinnamon is good for, as I told you about your wrinkles. I mean, not wrinkles. These were folds. These were not wrinkles. These were
loss of toning.
Oh, fold.
Yeah.
And then if you apply that, of course, just the honey would also do on your face. The wrinkles, the small wrinkles go.
For the face is applied, is it?
Yeah, you apply, you could add that or just honey. Just honey if you apply, wash it after half an hour, keep it as much as you keep the masks and all. Wash it off. The skin becomes taut. You have to go for a party. Do it for 2 days and people will tell you, you're glowing.
Right. So right now, like you correctly said, the new study says that cholesterol is no longer a marker for heart diseases. BP, they have increased the count from 120 and 80 to 140, 90.
Yeah.
It's evolving every day. I don't understand what they're talking. It's all this pharmacy nexus that is going on.
See, yeah. It's creating fear in the people's mind. Yeah. We are all scared to die, or we are scared to get any disease. Actually, we are made to be normal if we follow whatever is told to us to do. I call it pragya parad. Pragya is your buddhi, your intellect. Know it is wrong, and yet you do.
Right.
We have that small voice, no?
Yeah.
Which tells us don't, but still I'll go and have my tea.
Right.
So and then palpitations start.
Yeah. Very true. So Mridula ji, I want to clarify. We have a couple of questions on the magnesium bit. So you're saying cinnamon is rich in magnesium?
Cinnamon is rich. All those other things are rich in cinnamon and magnesium. Copper. which should have copper also, because that color. And then your almonds have magnesium. Jaggery has magnesium. Oh, there's so many things that have magnesium. You could have flax seeds.
So we need to increase our intake of all these magnesium rich to remove the calcifications and reduce our cholesterol and
yes.
Right. Okay. And for the face, you said cinnamon with honey. Apply it and wash it off.
We may not use cinnamon, just honey.
Just honey also.
Okay. Another thing is, all our fruits. Like we used to have papaya every day for breakfast. I used to cut it, so my hands would be full of that. Right. I would put it on my face, and then later I read that it gives a glow to the face.
Yeah. Your fruit packs are exactly that, but this is even better. It's fresh.
Yeah. Sure. And then banana is also good for that. Banana has got all the minerals.
Right. I read recently the banana skin, the white of the skin is a good teeth whitener.
My God, yes.
I read
not only whitening of the teeth, it is so good for everything. Your furniture polish.
With the banana skin?
Will you believe? Yes. And I've done it.
Which furniture?
I have tried it. There was, a glass mark, just that mark on one of my platforms. That is wooden. And I could have had the whole cabinet polished. If I call someone, I can't. One place polished also doesn't look good. I just tried that, and that mark went.
On wooden furniture?
On wooden, yeah.
Wow. Okay. Amazing,
yes.
Yeah. So tell me, if I have to go into my pantry, like you said, cinnamon is an amazing ingredient. What is one ingredient or two maybe that we should always have in our kitchens, which has the most health benefits?
Your jeera is there, which we use every day, definitely. Then rye is there. Then ajwain. Ajwain is another thing which is very good. You have gas, you have any kind of stomach problems, ajwain comes to fore. So you ask only for two, but then there are everything. Everything is there.
But ajwain is again very heaty, right?
Yeah, to have little bit. It depends on each one's constitution, how much you need.
So, Mridula ji, tell me, these are all seeds and stuff. Once we cook them, do they lose their nutritional value?
I didn't understand what you said.
So like rye, you said rye is very healthy to have. But once you cook it, does it lose some of its nutritional value?
No. You know what I see, our food has been designed very beautifully. Don't go for Mughlai food because we all are eating that. It is wrong. Right. Go for South Indian food.
Right.
There are 6 rasas. You know about the 6 rasas.
And you tell us about it for those who don't know. Please go ahead. Please tell us about it for those who don't know.
Okay. So one is salt, sweet, sour, and your bitter.
Bitter and umami. Yeah. Umami.
Yeah. And
the 6th one is umami.
What is that?
Umami.
Okay. Yeah. And okay. Then over. All these need to be there in every food, all 3 times, which we find in South Indian food.
Yes, very true.
And another good thing in South Indian food is mornings we have breakfast, idli, dosa, and even your vada. All these are fermented foods.
Correct.
It is said that there's no vitamin B12 for vegetarians, but these foods are full of B12.
Right.
These because they're fermented foods. That is why you would have heard Rujita say to have homemade pickles.
Right.
Why pickles? Because again, that fermented thing comes into it. We need to be careful, like don't take so much of oil and all that.
Right. So I was just going through your book and I found it very interesting that people now in their 50s and late 40s are getting into cataract surgeries and all of that nowadays. And you say in your book that you put honey in the eyes to prevent it.
Yeah.
And you eat raw garlic. Garlic anyway is very good even for the heart and all of that. But I didn't know honey. I mean, it's always carrots you associate with the eyes, but honey
Yes.
in the
Honey, this and a lime juice. If you put this, you can clear off the cataract.
even lime juice in the eye?
Added, yeah, all three are added. All three juices are added. But now we don't get those pure things. So don't try it, please. Because I don't know what the honey is made of. Don't try that.
Right.
Rather, I'll tell you what happened with me. I'll be turning 72 next month. And a few days back, say about 6 months back, I could see different kinds of lights. I said, oh my God, the age has come. I might be getting cataract. And we don't take care. No? We know, knowing everything, we don't take care.
Right.
So I started, you put water in your mouth and keep splashing in both the eyes, whole water from the tap.
Right. Yeah.
And keep moving the water in your mouth. Yeah. Throw it out after it warms up or even after 10, 12 times. Keep doing it 3-4 times, like say up to 40 ounce, you keep doing this. Changing the water in the mouth every time. And then also do your exercises. Look up, look down, look to the side, look to the other side, look crossways.
Yeah.
10 times you count. And then go around 10 times, go anti-clockwise 10 times, and then do the palming.
Yeah.
All this would help. There's another one, where you see that you do till the end.
Right.
And come back. And then again, palming is very good. Now, people are always sitting in front of the laptops and the phones. Right. So keep palming and keep
thinking.
So that will help. And those lights are gone.
Lovely. Okay. I have floaters, so I'm going to try this.
Floaters? Yes. There was a time, in 3 days, my floaters went in 2003. That is long back. After that, I didn't care. I said, take it anytime I can.
What did you do for the floaters? Same thing?
Same exercise.
Okay.
Do it. It'll go.
My nani used to say that when you wake up in the morning, your first spit has a lot of benefits.
Oh, yes.
You put that in the eyes, my Masi has tried it and her power has reduced.
Yeah. You know what? When I was doing this, you reminded me I was doing that also.
I think
I was doing that too.
Yeah. And
the spit is very good. I'll talk about it in some time. The spit, okay, I'll tell you now.
Please.
Spit has amazing properties in it. You get hurt or something, put the spit there.
Yeah.
The morning spit. For the child also we use. But why chewing is important? Chewing food. Chewing food is very important. Nothing else will help. Correct. But that. Because it will, you keep chewing, the saliva keeps getting mixed. And in order to do that, you have to pick up very small morsels.
Yes.
Because it increases. If it increases, then you'll have a tendency to push it down.
Yeah.
So if you take small morsel, then it'll grow, let it grow. Because whatever happens over here, earlier I knew it is only for sweets. Right. But no, it is for full food, whatever we eat. So whatever happens over here, it cannot happen in the intestines. And if that doesn't happen, that kind of digestion doesn't happen, then it rots.
Right.
And then similarly, the next food goes there. Right. That will rot further again. So that is why we have problem. We have this gas problem and we have all other kinds of problems.
Right.
So this is of prime importance.
If we see a dog or a cat, they just lick their wounds.
Yeah.
It's just their spit.
Correct.
It's just licking their wounds. Actually, that's where the phrase came from, licking your wounds.
Ah.
You know? So, yeah, really interesting. So,
Mm.
you've also talked about, uh, you also talk a lot about naturopathy and like you just spoke about the water pulling. You also talk a lot about acupressure points.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. So let's talk a little bit about that.
Yes.
And yeah.
You know what? I didn't know the word acupressure. I knew acupuncture.
Hmm.
And but I wouldn't have gone into learning that. Even now, I wouldn't,
Hmm.
because I came to know that the needles that go into the skin,
Yeah.
there are 16 layers. How precise can I be about the 16 layers?
Correct. Correct.
When my husband fell sick, someone told me, "Hey, why don't you do this? I've got a book which gives you the points and all that." I said, how will I understand what point to press and all? Then
Hmm.
someone sent me to an acupressurist.
Hmm.
And there, whatever she did, I didn't understand anything. Next door, she said, Auntie, what did you do today? I said, I went to an acupressurist. She said, I've got a book on acupressure.
Hmm.
And I saw that book. It was wonderful. Then I called that auntie. I said, Auntie, please send me your book. And I have been telling people, everyone, to buy that book. The book's name is Health in Your Hands by Devendra Vohra.
Okay.
Will you believe I have used it extensively for so many things? And it has helped each time. It has
Okay, I
helped.
completely believe in acupressure.
Yeah.
I've never done acupuncture until I went to Saukia, where they picked our points in the ears
Uh-huh.
and they put the needles in the ear. Apparently, your ear also has all the points of your organs.
Yes, yes, yes.
So our body is so intricately designed.
Yeah.
Your palms, your feet, your whole body has points that are connected to. Like I didn't know the back of your calf is your second heart.
Huh?
Yeah, according to acupressurists, the back your calf is your second heart.
Oh, okay, okay, okay.
So it's amazing. It's
Huh?
our body is so intricately made. But acupressure is, I think, very very effective. And those who practice the seed therapy with the acupressure, the
Yeah.
seed, yeah,
Hmm.
I think that is even more effective because that lasts longer.
Uh-huh.
Keep
Uh-huh.
wrapped with the seeds.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's a it's called seed acupressure.
I haven't tried that,
Yeah,
but because I've been getting good response from doing just this by my hand,
yeah.
so I did try the seed thing.
Yeah, yeah. So my acupressurists have given me that ring which you just keep rolling on
Ah,
your
I've
finger.
got that ring.
Yeah, the ring and he just said just roll like a balan in your hand.
Right.
Just press all your points get pressed with that.
Yeah.
So
Even
that
for feet, there is
yes,
that
yes.
Velen
That
like.
he made us buy the acupressure mat. It
Ah,
is so painful. It is
it's
so
painful. I've got it. I don't use it.
yeah. Oh my god! But it's very good. What I found also very interesting is the digestive system. You have spoken about the health step.
Hmm. Oh, yes.
I thought
Oh,
that was
yes.
very interesting because we've all shifted from using Indian toilets to Western toilets. And there was a reason why the Indian toilets were so scientifically correct is because the alignment of your organs when you sit in that position makes it easy for you to defecate.
Yeah.
Now you have given us a solution with this health step
Hmm.
used. Just let's talk a little bit about this posture that is needed for cleansing your your whole colon and everything of that.
Have you tried? Do you have the health step at home?
I don't, but I'm definitely going to get one.
Even if you don't have.
Was a friend I know, he said that we don't have that anymore, but he has a stool which he keeps
Yeah,
and he
that's
puts
what I was saying.
yeah,
Keep yourself straight. Don't sit
yeah,
like this. And
yes,
don't read over there.
yes,
No, no other thing. Your full attention down there.
yes.
So if you sit like that, it'll be easier.
So I'm just going to show people, guys, you really need to buy this book. Um, this is the health step that she has talked about. And Mridulaji, tell us why this step.
Yeah, this is because your posture becomes right to defecate.
Okay.
Recently, means about 2 years back, I saw a picture where they show what happens when we sit straight in that Indian posture and what happens when we sit on the commode. The passage gets blocked.
Right.
So the whole thing doesn't come out, which is so important for health.
Right.
Our cleansing of inside is very important. This much, for total health, this is important.
Right. So, if we do all of these the old-fashioned way, I know a lot of people who have now found this quick remedy, which is colon cleansing.
No.
Which is very, if you're doing it the un-Ayurvedic way, which is that machine that runs the water inside, it's apparently very unhealthy. The best way to do it, if you're doing it, is through Vasti. If you are doing it with the oil therapy. But I know a lot of people who do this once a year.
Oh, no, that shouldn't be done.
Yeah.
It shouldn't be done. None of these new age things should be done.
Yeah.
None of them.
Yeah.
Occasionally, sometime you can take an anima. That's all.
Yes.
Not more than that. Otherwise, we've got so many things. We've got Trifla is there.
Trifla is there, yes.
And Trifla is not a purgative. Don't take it for purgation.
Yes.
But Harad is purgative.
Which one?
Harad. One of the constituents of Trifla.
Okay.
Trifla is made of 3 fruits, it is called.
Yes.
So, Harad is one of them, which is purgative and which we give to our newborn. Modern medicine will not allow you to give anything to the newborn. A baby comes home and we start giving him all these things.
Right.
So, and my mother used to say, Harad is, and I've read it somewhere also, that jiski maa nahi, uski maa Harad.
Oh, okay.
It's so good.
Okay. Interesting.
So she used to say, if it comes out, then also it is good. If it goes inside, then also it's good. That is it.
So now tell me, I know a lot of my audience is women and a lot of us are either perimenopausal or menopausal. What in our kitchens and our homes will help us tide through the perimenopause and the menopausal side effects, like the fluctuations in body temperature, the fluctuations in moods?
Yes.
I know the doctors tell you to have that primrose and this and that, but is there anything that we can do which does not need external medication?
Yeah, you know what? One thing is your acupressure. I did that, and I told my husband and my children that lots is going to go wrong with me. Please bear with me. They didn't even come to know when it happened. So that is your acupressure. These 6 points over here. 1, 2, 3. Up to 2 inches. Up to 2 inches on either side.
Right.
Then this is called thyroid and parathyroid point. And these are, your penile and pituitary points over here. So these 2 and this and these 6, these are all for all
your reproductive organs.
Reproductive organs. Any kind of problem for boys, for girls, for men, for women, this would help. And for palpitations and all, we have this Maduram. Maduram is the this word.
Ayurvedic tablet?
No. It is very common. We malati like this. Malati. That's very good for palpitation and for your hot flushes.
How do you have that?
You can have very little. It's
again
very little because it can raise the blood pressure.
Okay.
So you have to be very careful about it. And have that when this thing happens.
So how is it to be had, Mridulaji? How is mulati to be had?
How much?
How do we consume it?
No, you mix anything with honey. could, increases the benefits.
Right.
Then we have these exercises.
Hmm.
Exercises again for reproductive organs. Now, what is it called? You lie down and you make you just lift up your body with your feet on the ground.
Right.
And you lift up your back.
The hip lift. You lift your
right. It's got a name. Anyway.
Okay.
So, hip lift is another name.
Yeah.
Then you do your butterfly.
Right. Yeah. The butterfly. Yeah.
You know what?
But is there any ingredient in the house that we should have more of? Like flax seeds, though I know, but anything apart from flax seeds?
Menopause. I have written it down somewhere.
Also, I'm being asked about weight loss. Any ingredients that we can include or increase in our
weight loss again will depend on how you eat your food.
Okay, meaning?
Chew.
Okay.
Chew it very well. Because everything remains here. So that doesn't, when it doesn't come out, then it remains inside only. Chewing the food is very, but for weight loss, you can have curry patta juice.
Right.
That you can have for menopause also.
Okay. So, you have talked about licorice. How does one use licorice?
Little bits mixed in honey.
Okay, that's apparently you've written it's very good for hot flashes.
Hot flashes.
Yeah, right? So now vitamin E, how does one get enough vitamin E in their body?
These are all through food only. So what I always tell everyone is have different kinds of food. And one food, long as I read, you eat today, it has an effect for 16 days. So you can keep changing your foods.
Right.
Food colors. And as fresh as can be. We buy fresh and we put it in the fridge. But I don't do it, but it's wrong. If the freshest fruit that we get, that is fresh foods, fresh fruits. Fresh. No. Then other things also.
Swati is talking about. Swati says, be careful about flaxseed consumption in perimenopause. It's phytoestrogens, and these mimic estrogen and can cause issues with menopause. Twice a week and not more than 5 grams at a time.
Yeah.
Oh, excellent. Thank you, Swathi. That's really helpful. Tell me.
Flax seeds. No, I'll tell you about flax seeds. That's what I said. Do what the ancients did. Flax seeds, pinnies were made in Punjab during winters.
Yes.
And only during winters.
Right.
We have so many such things that we get mangoes only in that season.
Right.
We should have only seasonal fruit.
Right.
So that is how we get vitamin Bs, which are all the vitamins. And vitamin C is very important along with that. Different kinds of vitamin Bs work on different things and they are available in different foods. That's why if we have different colored foods, the yellow, orange fruits and vegetables, they have B6, which is good for your neurological problems.
Oh, okay. Interesting.
And what happened?
Sorry.
Twitching was happening to my husband and it wouldn't stop. So I just gave him papaya. It went away.
Oh, I see. Okay. So tell me, Ji, a lot of people are, women especially, and now after COVID vaccines, I'm hearing a lot of people are losing hair. What is the best home remedy for hair loss?
After COVID, after vaccine?
Yeah.
We can't touch that. We don't know what all is given in that.
In what?
In the vaccines.
I know, but what can we do for hair fall and how do we control?
Then we have to just keep doing what we have been doing otherwise. Don't connect it to that because nothing can be done.
That's true, but generally for hair fall and hair growth.
Hair fall, again, your curry patta juice is very good.
Okay.
And then your onion juice.
Which onion? We have 1,000 types of onions here.
No, normal onion.
Regular pink onion.
Anything, yeah. Because same thing, even your garlic would do. But garlic is too strong.
Right.
Much stronger. So I would say don't use that. Even ginger would do that.
When you say onion juice, how do you use it?
Put in mixie. Put in the mixie and just take out the juice. Apply that on your
apply to the scalp.
Before bath.
You don't have to mix it with an oil, nothing.
You could do that also for hair growth.
Yeah, I'm talking for hair growth only.
True.
So put it
even just the juice would also do.
Okay. And you're saying to drink curry patta juice.
That is separate.
Okay. So you also should drink curry patta juice for the hair.
And you have this thing.
This exercise, right? I'd forgotten about this.
Yeah, and again I forgot. Move your hair, move your scalp.
Move it, yes.
Move your scalp.
Right.
And the hair would come. I've used it on my daughter.
Right. Okay. Lovely.
She had these what do you call? She was losing hair in different places. So I didn't know. I don't know much of homeopathy, and I have a biochemical. So over there I saw these two things, Calcarea Phos and Kali Sulf. I gave her that.
What is that? What is that?
Calcarea Phos and Kali Sulf.
For the hair, homeopathic.
It is biochemic.
Oh, okay. Swathi, if you're here, can you please type that out here on the chat box, please?
Swathi, now I go to Swathi for all my problems.
Yes, Swathi is a very good homeopath, yes. But for those who are listening, Swathi, if you could just put that into the chat box, those 2 items that Mridula ji has said. Thank you.
No, why I spoke that out is because a friend of mine, and she came to know that my daughter's hair came back. Then she asked me for it, and same thing happened to her. And then, for alopecia only. Alopecia, the word I wasn't getting.
Yeah.
And she has taken the names so many times. I asked her, I said, did they help? She said, yes, that is why I've been taking it from you. You know what happened? The hair grew in all the openings. And I wondered, I said, what has happened? It was like someone has cut it equally and all. Then I realized, okay, but this was important, I think. Whenever the child would sit next to me, I would keep doing this. And I didn't know about this at that time. So these 2 things helped her.
Lovely.
And of course, we need to oil the hair and wash, and not to use too much of shampoo.
So what do we wash our hair with then?
No, I have not been able to do it with Shikakai and the other one. Yeah, I have not been able to.
And Shikakai, the hair becomes so dry.
Dry, okay.
And it's just such a mess to remove that powder from your hair.
Powder, yeah, that's why.
It's very messy, Mridula ji.
I know. But you know what? A friend of mine, she told me, she said about her daughter, she said, oh, she uses too much of this thing on the hair, and that is why she's losing her hair. Shampoo. I thought, she's just spoken juicy. She's talking like that. But no, I've read you should not use too much of shampoo. You know what? Ek to, there's that hard cleaner, there's your garage cleaners are there, no? Those are put in shampoos.
Oh God.
You know that? Garage means these your mechanics.
Yes.
Mechanic shops.
Yeah.
So those, what will they do to your hair? Tell me that.
Absolutely.
And we are so used to shampoos that we can't wash it. Even with soap, we can't wash. Now.
Yeah, it's called sodium lauryl sulfate, which most
sodium lauryl sulfate. Yeah.
So tell me, what can we do for pigmentation?
Pigmentation, for any kind of this thing on the face, you take curd and rice flour.
Okay.
Mix it and apply it like a mask.
Oh. Okay.
That's why I say every small things, they are so beneficial. Keep reading about these. Keep using them.
Yeah. Swathi says to use arnica shampoos for hair instead of regular shampoos as they help with hair fall. Swathi, any particular brand?
Arnica would be arnica.
No, they have different brands, Mridulaji. Rashmi says licorice and muleti is the same thing. Yeah, it is. And Swathi says that the calcarea phos 6 and kali sulf is not for everybody and can't be used in every situation. So be careful. Please consult a homeopath before you do that. Okay. So you can use any shampoo, she says. There's only one way to make it, so the brand doesn't matter.
Yeah, that's what brand would be the name of the company. That's all.
Yeah. So Mridulaji, tell me what else, like what has been the wow discovery for you in your kitchen? Ki, wow, I didn't know ye. Like anything recent that you've discovered that
yes. It's not recent. It's as I was going and the journey happened. In that book, Health in Your Hands, I read that if we have, it's very important. It's a few things very important. Then if we have a black tea, take 1 spoon of tea, level spoon, boil it in 1 cup of water, reduce it to half, and then add another half a cup, have it in the morning, a cup of water, the half cup, fill it with normal water, drink it first thing in the morning, and drink it for 15 days. Then we are fortified for the whole year. We will have no kidney problem. Such things. I'll give you a few more tips on this.
Yeah. So let me just repeat this. Any chai patti, or is it black tea only?
Black tea only. Nahi. He said those long leaf tea.
Long leaf black tea. So 1 spoon of that level teaspoon in 1 cup of water. You boil it, bring it down to half. And to that you add regular room temperature, half a cup more.
Oh yeah. And drink it
every morning for 15 days to get rid of 1 year worth of kidney issues.
You will not have any kidney issue. But further, listen to it further. Then, after this, you shouldn't have anything for another 45 minutes.
Right.
Okay, your normal tea and all don't have.
Okay.
Further, this, I knew about this. A friend of mine, she called me and she said, do you know anything about creatinine, how to reduce that?
Yes.
I said, I don't know, but I know of this. Try it out.
Right.
Let them have it for a month or more. So, it's only tea. You're not losing anything.
Correct.
So after 1 month, I received a call from her and she said, okay, he has come to normal. Creatinine has come to normal.
Wow.
And her husband also spoke to me. He said, for 3 years, I've been trying developing medicines. Nothing happened. Then a few years later, I met him. He said, I may not have the other tea, but I'm still having this tea.
Very good.
Okay, so I came to know about creatinine. I put this on my group. So there, one Ayurvedic doctor, she wrote to me, and I'm so stupid. I didn't take the number. I didn't ask her again. I should have done, because this has to go. She said, Radhilaji, with that, the kidneys become like new. She said, no need of dialysis, no need of transplantation.
Wow.
So this was a discovery for me.
Amazing.
Huh.
Amazing. Amazing. So Bridgie is saying for hair wash, you could add some Rita powder with shikakai and use it after applying hair conditioner. But
After the conditioner.
You get stuck to that because of that. It will be a nightmare to remove it.
Because the hair conditioner will make it soft, because the shikakai and Rita make it dry. But don't use the conditioner after that. Before that, and then apply. See how bouncy they become.
Okay, I'm going to try it, but I'm going to have a hair wash in the parlor, I think.
I do that. Yeah, with your hair, you don't need anything.
It's a nightmare for me. Swathi says kidneys that become small due to kidney issues can be regenerated with black tea.
Will you believe? Will you believe another thing? My husband's kidneys had shrunk. No doctor will make them bring them to the right size. And there is I knew the name. There is a wall in between, in the kidneys. That wall was lost. And in his last, 29 days before he died, his last reports said that his kidneys were of normal size and that wall was also there. This happened with Ayurvedic medicines, because I used to take him to an Ayurvedic. He gave him Niri and something else, whatever he thought was right. And this is what happened.
Wow.
So we have so many things for, but of course we need good doctors.
Yeah, definitely. There's,
for kidneys, there's Punarnava and any other things are there.
So I'm going to ask you now quickly about the dry fruits. What is pistachio really good for?
I wouldn't know like this.
Okay.
Of course, sometime, but you should have all of them. I always say, have all kinds of seeds, have all kinds of nuts, but in smaller quantities, because these are also very warm. And when we were young, we used to have them only during winters. We didn't have them throughout the year, other than almonds. And almonds are always soaked. Like that.
Yeah, almonds are soaked and you remove the skin.
Yeah.
So recently somebody spoke about almonds. I think Vanita spoke last week about it. So I'm just going to your book again. You say almonds are very good for memory. They're also good for complexion and should be soaked, peeled, and then eaten. This is very good for the brain. It is said that 10 to 12 almonds are equal to 2 aspirins.
You know what happened? I'll tell you. I'd gone for the 50th anniversary of my brother-in-law and co-sister. And, having that food all morning, evening, afternoon, whatever, I was in a bad state in one of the events. And they, couldn't even move about, didn't want to talk to anyone, anything. Those boys, they brought the almonds around. Those almonds had come from America, all those
California almonds.
The salted almonds, salted and fried and all. I just picked up 2. I had them. Will you believe I was ready to eat? Will you believe that? Just 2 of those almonds which are not proper almonds.
So you say pistachio is good for the heart. It reduces the risk of heart ailments and lowers cholesterol. Wow. And they're very rich in B6.
But you know what? We should not take much. This is not more than 4 pieces.
Yeah, 4 pieces. Yeah. Cashews are good for iron, phosphate, and magnesium and zinc. And they're
What are you reading?
antioxidant. So basically we have everything in our house. We need to just
Okay,
have a
B12.
little bit of everything in everything.
हाँ,
Right? सब मसाले थोड़े थोड़े सब में डालो, थोड़े थोड़े nuts सब
नहीं अच्छा मसाले भी ज्यादा नहीं डालो.
हाँ.
Very little. You just think how much we use for how much garam masala we use in in whatever you put in your black dal or you put in your sabjis, you know, the masala and all. How much do we use?
Correct.
Just about half a spoon is enough for 4 people's food. And that masala has got 6 or 8 or 10 things gone into it. So how much have we taken of each of those things? Just that much. You know, more would harm.
So I have a question here from Sri Lakshmi. She says, is there any home remedy for viral fever?
Oh,
viral fever.
You know, your one thing is you cut the onion and keep it on 2 sides of the bed. That takes up away the thing. And the other is again your steaming and all those things only.
Yeah,
Fever would go.
Very good, I feel, because you know when this whole thing started of steaming is bad, it kills the bacteria in your nostrils. You're more likely to get that that fungus, that bacterial thing that happened recently. So my parents, like we have been following for the last 1.5 years, that first 6 months so we were steaming every day.
Okay.
COVID, every day we were steaming. And
Okay.
now if we step out of the house, we come back and we steam.
Okay.
So my parents were saying, abhi itna news mein aa raha hai that we shouldn't be steaming. So I said it has kept us okay so far. Let's just continue. We'll reduce the duration of it, but we will continue it.
Okay.
So I'm glad you are seconding me on this because there was so much backlash against steaming suddenly.
I'll tell you about this, but first tell her who asked about viral fever to give Gamrita. Giloy.
Giloy, yeah.
Giloy is good for any kind of fever.
Again, how do we use giloy? Boil it in water.
You get the powder. Actually, it's the stem that is used. So we can't make the powder of the stem.
Right.
So buy the ready-made powder and give that again, mix in honey.
Okay.
You know, the honey enhances the properties of anything.
Right. But please try to buy pure honey as far as possible.
Okay. Now you said steaming. I didn't steam. I steam only when I have any problem. But what I started was, you know, we are supposed to oil all the orifice, nose, eyes. It happens with Ajal, and of course the others also. The lower two also have to be oiled. We don't do that.
Yeah.
Maximum I used to do one oil, one year once one day and the other year the other day, because it goes like this.
So when you say oil,
I started putting during this time, I started putting oil in my nose.
Which oil?
I have mustard oil lying in my bathroom.
So my aunt told me this. She's also majorly into researching naturopathy, and she makes a lot of these health powders for different things using natural herbs and flowers and things she gets down from wherever. Okay. And she told me right in the beginning of Corona, when it started, that just apply ghee in your nostrils. Ghee in your nostrils and a little, and just keep your ears covered with maybe cotton or anything. And she said to put different oils in your navel. I'd like you to talk about the different oils in the navel.
Very important.
For what?
I didn't know about. I've just been reading nowadays that this oil for this thing, this oil for this thing, castor oil and all that. But I've only been using mustard oil.
In the navel?
But you know, for teeth, as they say, sesame oil is the best for teeth.
So tell me which oil for what in the navel?
I don't know.
Okay.
I've just been reading. I use only mustard oil.
Okay. So there's apparently a whole section on which oil is for what, neem oil, mustard oil, all of that. But basically, you need to keep your navel lubricated.
That is it.
You need to keep your nostrils lubricated because it not only lubricates and keeps it healthy, it also traps any bacteria and virus that comes in. So that's the advantage of oiling your nostrils. So
you know what? When these lips, you get the, they break off.
Yeah. Chapped
That
lips.
time, over a hot roti, you put that in the navel and put it here. That is the different this thing that he's put over there.
Right.
And this becomes normal.
Right. Swathi says excessive steaming is not good for the respiratory tract. You have good bacteria there. So excessive, according to her, is 2-3 times a day, which no, Swathi, I'm not doing that. What I'm doing is if I've stepped out in the day, I come back at the end of the night and I'd like 2-3 minutes of steaming. We are not steaming too much because we realize we don't need to. So thank you for that.
Steaming on its own is not bad. Like it is coming now. They're also talking about Giloy. They're saying don't use that. Whereas Giloy is called Amrita.
Yeah.
So it's but too much of everything is not right.
Absolutely.
And steaming is needed only when should be done only when it's needed.
Super. Do we have any more questions coming in from anyone? So you spoke about the black tea thing that you discovered recently, which was amazing for you. Anything else that comes to your mind that you think we should all know about and must practice? Is there anything you practice on a daily basis? Tell me what natural therapy are you doing every day?
No, I don't, which is wrong. I should. And at this age, I should be more careful. But I'll tell you another fantastic thing. People have asthma.
Yeah.
And my husband used to have that. And he had big faith in one clinic we used to go, where they had that big nebulizer, it used to come from that far off. The nurse would put something there and he would come back breathing properly. Twice it so happened that the thing didn't help. He came back home. My mother told him to keep changing sides, which we've been doing with our children also. I mean, at my mother's behest. So you are sleeping on this side, this nostril works. You're sleeping on this side, this nostril works. It's a change of nostril. What is it? It is Anulom Vilom. That's a form of Anulom Vilom.
Okay.
And what I read about this Anulom Vilom in one of my mother's books after she left this world was Prakritik Apadaon Sethi. It helps against the natural calamities also. Nature.
Right. Okay.
So what I thought was, we hear stories that the earthquake happened and 2 people were standing, one went in and one was saved. It could be that kind of thing.
Yeah.
So, we need to practice all these things.
Yeah.
In order to be not just healthy, but calm. I mean, everything comes with being healthy only.
Lovely.
Another good thing is, if during Aries, when the sun is in Aries, that time if you have 2 neem ka patta, neem leaves.
What do you mean by when it's in the Aries?
2 neem leaves. Sun, Aries, now we are in, what are we in? What is your sun sign?
Mine is Gemini.
Whenever it happens, it is in June.
Okay.
So Aries is most of April and a little bit of Taurus.
Achha, okay.
That time. Take 2 neem leaves and 2 grains of pink dal. Pink dal. That, if you have that during that time, then even if the snake bites you, nothing will happen.
Wow.
It could be that the snake dies.
Oh my God.
I don't remember what I read, But this is there that even if the snake bites, nothing would happen. I read something like that about this thing also, but I don't remember. So no point talking of that.
So Mridula ji, like I said, now suppose if you had to tell me, wake up every day and do this, end with this. So what should ideally be done for general well-being?
You know,
like there's so many panis that people tell us to have.
No, I don't have any. I don't have any of them.
Lime and honey pio, warm water pio. Now you're saying cinnamon and honey. Then you're saying to do that salt pulling. So let's say salt pulling is good for everybody. Let's start with salt pulling. And what should I have?
I don't have any of those panis.
Okay.
Okay. And I did not have cinnamon and honey for a very long time. But now, because I started having some problem, I said, oh, I must have this. For a few days, I'll have. Always don't keep having the same thing. Oh, I mean, for a longer time. Even triphala, if you have, triphala should be had every day. If you, but have it for 15 days, leave it for 15 days. You know, it is not habit forming.
Yes.
But it balances all three doshas.
Right. Okay.
You know what? I was on a group of ladies, all European women, and one of them, European or whatever, American and all, one of them said, you know, there's a doctor in India who sees 100 patients every day, and he prescribes triphala to everyone. How easy is that? Just give them triphala. All their things are balanced. So those three doshas are balanced.
Triphala you're getting in the liquid format and you're getting in the tablet format. Which one would you suggest?
No, powder format.
Powder format. Again with honey.
Huh?
Again with honey.
No. There are different ways to have that. But this I have with water. I just mix it. Of course.
Any time of the day? Any time of the day?
No. First thing in the morning, last thing at night. But I'm having only last thing at night. Okay. You can do it. Morning when you get up, have warm water. If you add salt to it, that will cleanse the whole thing. You know, salt, it just it separates the dirt.
Right.
So it'll be easier for you. And have 2 to 4 glasses of water.
Right.
No, actually, 4 are recommended. And sit down and have your water.
Right. My mom keeps telling me that kuch bhi liquid, please sit down and have it, goes to the joints otherwise. I don't know if that's the scientific reason, but she keeps saying baith ke pina.
You know what? Don't talk of science at all. So, like I've written, if you have your own a cheese or the next door, you ask them what should be done.
Yeah.
Instead of the doctor.
Why do we sit down and have water?
No, I don't know. I've heard, I believe.
Okay, right.
I wouldn't believe an FRCS doctor and all that. I would believe, you know, any broken, anything like a book like this.
Right.
If something is written there, I would believe that.
So I have an interesting question that salt water that we are doing, the purging, is it okay for people with high BP?
You know, I don't use this Tata salt. The iodized salt has not to be taken. I use the other salt, and I don't think it has. And don't use too much. Don't use much.
Yeah, because I think anyway, garam pani with salt in the morning, will little bit salt also will make you puke. So if you have 3 glasses, you'll anyway want to puke it out.
So puke it. Even your defecation would be easier.
Yeah.
It'll just clear out the vessels.
Right. So somebody asked us what's the remedy for mouth ulcer. Balaji is asking, and Swathi's told them that Mridulaji is suggesting triphala. Please try that for mouth ulcers also. It's good.
And also tomato juice.
Tomato juice, what do you do with it?
Supply that.
Oh, okay. So what my grandmom used to tell me, since we are talking Ghar ke nuske, she used to tell us that when you have an ulcer, you soak akha dhania seeds overnight, and with that water in the morning, you gargle.
Okay.
It's very, very good for ulcers, mouth ulcers.
Okay. So which dhania is it? The
Akha dhania, the full dhania. The dhania seeds.
seeds.
Yeah. Yeah. So you soak a spoon in a glass of water, strain it, and in the morning you gargle with it. So
write down all what the grandmother used to say.
Yeah, completely. And they work like magic. Like when you have a sty in the eye. My grandma would tell me, "Kuch bhi lohe ka." You put your eye gently on that loha.
Okay.
And it solves the sty in a couple of days without any medication or ointment.
My God.
And I have tried these, Mridulaji, and they work. They work.
I'll tell you what happened with me. Yeah. I know that we used to rub, chware ka beej.
Yeah.
And we used to apply that. That's a little difficult. Okay. Anyway, but we need to do it. When I had written my book and I went to Calcutta, in my co-sister's house, her something came and she said, "वो तो बहुत आसान है, sty का तो." On the other side of the if you have a sty on the right side, so on your left big toe, tie a black thread. And she said, "I would go," and she's been using it.
So my grandma,
how easy is that?
My grandmom also used to tell me to tie a kala daga on your big toe to delay your period. To delay your period.
Yeah, my mother used to say, yeah.
So
but that has to be done on
both the thumb, big toes, yeah. So somebody is asking us for remedies for high BP. I'm seeing if I can find something in your book.
Swathi has written pudina. And
pudina chutneys, yeah, it is very good for.
Yeah, even I read four petals of the pudina are also helpful. But another thing that I know is watermelon seeds.
Okay.
They reduce, taken, about a spoonful. A spoon means a bigger spoonful.
Roasted or essay?
No, slightly roasted to make them crunchy.
Okay.
Not too crunchy.
Right. Guys, it's watermelon seeds. Please don't try it with apple seeds. Apple seeds have a little cyanide in them. So consuming a lot of apple seeds can actually be poisonous.
Yeah.
Please be careful. Please be careful. Do not try anything with apple seeds.
No, apple seeds.
Yeah, this is only watermelon seeds.
Watermelon seeds. Then for prostrate, you said, what have you learned?
Right.
Prostrate, your pumpkin seeds are very good.
Oh.
Yes.
So again, the same way you roast it and eat it?
20 grams. That wherever I read was 20 grams you have. And I cured my husband's prostrate with that. And that exercise, you pull it up and leave. What is it called? Kegel exercises.
Yeah, Kegel exercises. Yeah.
Kegels and this, and you will not believe his physiotherapist used to come. He said, "What have you done to him? In 2-3 days, he's become all right." It works so fast. People say, no, homeopathy doesn't work fast, or these things don't work fast. They work faster than the other things, and they are harmless.
So, I was just reading about gallbladder stones. You've written something about kulti soup.
Okay.
Which is horse gram soup.
Kulti, yes. That is
how
good.
do you make that?
Boil it.
Boil karke?
Boil, bas usme you put lime juice for taste sake. You put kala namak, you put that guna jeera, and give it to drink. Very tasty.
How often do you need to have this for gallbladder stones?
Once a day.
Okay.
There are so many things. Do you have that? There is a leaf which is called Dardamar, it is called. It is good for any pain. And it is called Patthar Chatta. It is called Patthar Chatta. This Patthar ko kha jayega. That means your stones.
So how do you use that?
Just eat it. It's a thick, it can be growing in your garden, in your this thing. Pots and all, it could be.
What is it called again? What is it called?
You can call it Patthar Chatta is a more known name, better known name. And it is also called Dardman. You know, wherever you have pain, if you put that, the pain goes away.
Can you spell that, please?
TTA, not DDA. CHATTA.
Okay. And what was the other name?
Other name is Dardmar. But it's better known. You'll find it on Amazon by the name Patthar Chatta.
Okay.
And then someone had written on my group that on my and Swati's behest, she started taking Murlika juice. And in a week's time, which even I was surprised, she said when she again went, there were no stones.
This is kidney stones or gall? I know radish juice works for
gallbladder.
Oh, okay.
I'll tell you, don't believe people when they say it cannot be done.
Right, right.
We had an allopathic doctor on our group who said, oh, gallstones cannot be, you only need surgery. And I have now got this thing from people that how the gallbladder stones have come out, these things.
Mm-hmm.
And I've been reading about it all. The kulti is for both kinds of stones. All of them. All of them. Actually, people from Kerala, they use banana stem. That is very good for
banana stem. I've heard also.
Actually, these are good for all urinary problems, you know, different kinds of.
So someone's asking us what to give kids for a complete evacuation, like a cleansing of their.
Yeah, yeah.
What to give the children?
That is in Harad we give, as I told you. The child, I don't know whether they'll take it or not because it doesn't have very good taste. But then your castor oil is very good.
Okay. Yeah,
castor oil.
Yeah.
Castor oil is very good.
Yeah. So someone's asking us what foods to give a 11, 12-year-old girl to grow in height. I don't think that is in our hands.
I don't know, but you know, you can walk on your toes. Walking on your toes for 10 minutes a day. A yogi had told my mother to do that. And he said, in 6 months, you'll increase 6 inches in height.
Wow. But there's an age group for that. There's an age limit.
It could be tried, but because we see so many children who are taller than their parents.
Yeah.
And you wonder from where they got their height.
Yeah.
Sheetal, can I share an experience for children's growing in height?
Yes, Bridgie. Go ahead.
I had a friend whose daughter, I think she was about 11 or so, and she was just not increasing in height. And then suddenly I met her after 2 years or 3, and the girl had really shot up. And I said, "Arey, wow, how did it happen, Ranjana?" She said, "You won't believe, Bridgie. I went to an Ayurved," she said. He gave bamboo powder. And bamboo powder, the child just shot up like a bamboo. So I don't know where you can get it and who recommended her, but this is what she told me. So I thought I must share it with you. So somebody can explore and find out where they can get the bamboo powder.
That also, again, go to the doctor and find out, because everyone's prakriti is different. You know, that vat, pitta and kaph, that way, for these particular things.
Lovely. Thank you, Bridgie.
But then that proves that everything can be done. Even the height can be increased.
Correct.
Even Swami Ramdev used to talk about, I mean, I haven't heard him for a long time now, but I've heard him say, hey, do this, I don't know what, to increase your height. And I told you, a yogi told my mother at age 40 to do that.
So Swathi, you said apply ghee for a dry skin or mustard oil unless you have Psoriasis?
Okay. Okay.
Okay.
Psoriasis.
Psoriasis. Okay.
Psoriasis is
What is
a form
psoriasis?
of eczema.
The redness.
Like eczema kind.
It's a form of eczema, yeah.
Okay. Okay. So Balaji is asking constipation. It's Triphala, which Mridulaji has already said. Take it in powder form once in the morning and once before sleeping.
That is, for normal this thing, if you have to clear out very well, then a big dose of harad would do the job.
Okay.
And of course, this thing is there, your castor oil is there.
Castor oil.
And
So
you have to.
Castor oil mixed with milk also works very well. In the night.
Yeah, that's how it is given. And rather, for stroke and for your joint pains and all, arthritis and all, it should be given 2-3 times a week, like every third day or something.
Castor oil?
Mixed with castor oil, a teaspoon of castor oil. It would be given in my book. And a tablespoon of castor oil and a teaspoon of level a teaspoon of salt, ginger powder.
Okay. Mixed in milk or essay?
Mixed in milk.
Okay.
And I think these days, when we were young, castor oil, it smelled very bad. Now it is not so bad. Now it's not so bad. I don't know. They've removed that thing. And when you add salt to it, the ginger powder, it's easier to take.
Right.
And what I would say is
Isabgol also. Yes, Isabgol is
Isabgol, you know what happened to me twice. Of course, I've been having all throughout my childhood and all. But once at night I had, and I choked on it twice. It
swells up immediately, yes.
So I took time to take the rest of the milk, and it was like I'm going to die and these two people are sleeping. And they won't even know what happened.
So a lot of people make the mistake of mixing it in a glass and having, which is the worst thing to have. You need to swallow a spoon of it and then drink water or milk immediately after. Don't let the water or liquid and the Isabgol mix in your mouth. That will get stuck here. So, yeah. So lovely, Mridula. Thank you so much. This has been a lovely conversation. If you have any more questions, people, please go to Mridula Ji's online group on Facebook. It's called No Side Effects. And ask her your questions. She'll answer there, and maybe 20 other people will also give you remedies for it, because it's a group packed with a lot of knowledgeable doctors and homeopaths and naturopaths. Swathi, thank you so much for piping in wherever you could. This recording will be available on the Zaivic India page in a day's time. Please do have a look, and if you've missed our last few talks, also they're all there. Have a look at it. And next Sunday, I'm hoping to get somebody for Brain Gym. Mridula Ji, I'm hoping you're going to help me find that person we did
Brain Gym. I could connect you to her.
Yes, please, because I think that was something all of us definitely need to exercise now. Ghar baithe baithe bahut time ho gaya sabka. We need to clear the brain fog, and so that's going to be an interesting conversation. But if we don't manage her next week, we're definitely going to get her at some point. So see you guys next week with Sundays with Sheetal, and we're going to discuss more life hacks and baby steps towards a better, healthier us. So thank you so much, Mridula Ji. I hope you had a good time, and we didn't torture you with too many questions.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Sheetal.
Thank you.
Thank you, Sheetal. Thank you, Mridula. Thank you.
Thank you, Bridge, being there.
Bridge, I'm going to be calling you soon for a session here on the Gita. I missed that session the last time. I heard it was brilliant. So I'm definitely calling you for that. And by the way, Bridge is somebody whose saris I admire. And I'm going to be raiding her wardrobe sometime soon.
Thank you, Sheetal. I haven't visited your store. I have to come there.
No store, Bridgie. I do pop-ups with designers. So.
तो पहले होता था ना वहाँ पे?
Store नहीं था ना. We used to have pop-ups.
अच्छा, just pop-up. Okay.
I do that. Yeah.
Okay. Take care.
Thank you, everybody.
Lovely to see you. Bye. Lovely to
Bye,
see you.
Bridgie. Bye, Mridula Ji.
Bye.
Bye, Swathi. Thank you.
Thanks, Sheetal. Thanks, Mridula Ji.
Thanks, Rashmi. Thank you.